Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Xaxziminrax here, bringing you the first of what I hope to be many League of Legends guides. This is Teemo, the Swift Scout, undeniably the cutest champion in the league. Well, he does have a lot of competition now with Lulu, but for the most part, Teemo has been the cutest champion in the league, and it is reflected by his skin sales. Teemo, if I recall correctly, has more skins than any other champion in the game, and they sell so well it makes sense that they would. Anyway, on to his abilities. Teemo's passive is camouflage if he stands still for 3 seconds, and this does work with the S key. You can just hold it down. If he stands still for 3 seconds, as you see, he becomes stealth, and then he gains a movement or attack speed bonus for 3 seconds. So it's very useful, especially level 1 for surprise. You just get a free recurve bow for 3 seconds. Onto his Q, Blinding Dart. As the name implies, it blinds the opponent. Their auto attacks don't go through, however, the abilities, the effects of abilities do go through. So, for example, if a Gangplank uses Parlay, Parlay will miss because it is treated like an auto attack that's ranged. However, the slow from Gangplank's passive will go through. If a Nasus hits you with his Siphoning Strike, his auto attack will miss. I am not sure about Sheen proc if he has it, but the bonus damage will go through. So if you are at 100 HP and Nasus has been diligent about farming, he will still kill you even though his auto attack damage will not go through. The bonus damage of Siphoning Strike and the extra farm damage will go through on Siphoning Strike to hit you. So just keep an eye out for that, and don't think that you can get away from something that you can't. His W is Move Quick. Definitely the favorite ability if Ricky Bobby would ever play League of Legends, besides of course Powerball. As it implies, again, Teemo moves quick. He gets a passive move speed bonus that is only cancelled if he is hit by an enemy champion or a turret. And then he can, of course, proc it, press W, and it doubles the move speed bonus, and then proceeds to, and then, it only doubles it for 3 or 4 seconds, and then after that, while it's on a fairly lengthy cooldown, it's about 20 seconds or so, he does not get that passive bonus. So do be careful about using it. It is a monosync if you cast it on cooldown, but it is a very useful ability and helps with Teemo's goal of kiting the enemy into frustration and into their demise. His E is Toxic Shot, and this is what makes Teemo one of the best top laners in the game as a counter pick. This is how I play it, and you'll see that in the video. But as you can see, it does damage on impact, and it does damage over time for the next 4 seconds. If you hit again while Toxic Shot is active and the enemy is taking that damage over time, it will reset the timer and redeal that impact damage. It does not stack because that would be very broken. Just keep in mind it resets the duration, so if every time you can get a hit in, go ahead and hit them. Of course, you don't want to give up last hits, but it is just a very harass heavy ability and counters a lot of the sustained champions top. If you are diligent about it, you could even out harass a Warwick, and even if he's running up and queuing you, it's that effective, especially once you put some points in it. Alright, Noxus Trap is Teemo's ultimate. It drops a shroom on the ground. As you can see, it has a now 1 second arm time, and that arm time means from the second that Teemo drops it to the second it turns stealth and activates is 1 second. What does this mean? It means that if you are being chased, it is now viable to put a shroom in front of you, even if they're close, because it will hit, and I have a couple examples of that. But once the enemy runs into it, you can see it does damage over time, and it slows them. So this is a very useful ability, especially given the fact that shrooms give sight. So his ultimate, Noxus Trap, very useful, free wards, and it lasts ridiculously long. It lasts 10 minutes. It is ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. But it's just an all-around great ability, and let's get to some gameplay. Okay, so for Teemo, the runes that I use are one of 2 pages. I either use this page that is attack speed reds, flat armor yellows, flat magic resist blues. You can also swap these out for magic resist per level. I just like flat magic resist because it's what I have mainly. And then I use flat ability power quintessences, and that is, you know, if someone runs in and tries to get a last hit, that's going to hit them just that little bit harder, which has its, you know, it definitely has its advantages, and it makes your shrooms hit a little bit harder, your blinding dart as well. The other page, which is my more generic page for Teemo and for a lot of champions, is 2 of the move speed quintessences. All the actual runes besides quintessences are the same. 2 of the move speed quintessences, and then just 1 flat health quintessence because I do not have another move speed quintessence. I really like this page because move speed is really effective, and I probably should have used it against Garen, but I wanted to see how the AP would fare, and it ended up faring really well. So you can use any variation of these, and if you find something else that works better, go ahead and do it. Like I said, this guide isn't about raw, you have to do this. This guide is, here's what I do, here's what works for me. I am by no means the best Teemo player. I'm just, if anything, I'm maybe a little bit above average, and that's what I'm playing well. But these are what I use, these are what work well for me. And then as far as masteries go, I use something that is both, gives me both magic penetration and armor penetration while giving me a little bit of lifesteal, and the Executioner perk, which is really good because it makes Toxic Shot deal that extra bit of damage to help finish someone off. And then of course I have armor, magic resist, and then just extra health for defense. So these are the masteries I use, and the runes I use are a combination of these two pages. So I'll leave that there just for a few seconds if you want to pause the video and get it. Right here for a few seconds if you want to pause the video and get these, and then masteries, just leave it right here. Alright. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first guide I've ever made. This is a Teemo commentary, and you know, I just hope to show you a little bit of how he's played. I play Teemo as a top laner. I go a little bit off of the Rain Man build that is Wriggles into Frozen Mallet, etc, etc. Anyway, going top lane, our Jax is going to jungle, and I'm just sad that our TF appears AFK. I even call it premature GG. This isn't ranked, so I was very miffed about that, but I picked Teemo as a counter pick to Garen, and really that's what Teemo's niche is. He is a counter pick. You want to harass these ADs or these melee champions a lot, as best as you can, really. I'm not harassing him right now because A, he's doing a very good job of staying back, and B, they have a Lee Sin for their jungler, so I'm just trying to last hit as best I can. And you can see he's letting the lane push. That should be my tip-off. You'll see in a bit I get a little over-aggressive, but the fact that he's just letting the CS go should be a huge tip-off to me, and I don't read it as well as I should. But I do grab my Toxic Shot and then move quick. I went boots 3 pots to start, because I knew Garen would go boots 3 pots, and really you don't ever want to have less move speed than a Garen. You can see I'm just checking this because I'm expecting Lee Sin to be there, but he's not. So this was, so I just continue to harass him, and you can see he runs in here, and I harass him a little bit more, and Toxic Shot is great versus Garen because it does negate his passive a lot. His passive is every 7 seconds you go without taking damage, you start to regain 0.5% of your max health per second. And you can see he's doing an excellent job of letting the lane push to his turret. And I think, okay, this is late enough. Lee Sin's gone. How wrong I was. You can see he runs here, and then Lee Sin comes here with red buff. Lee Sin was just so far late, and I do blow my flash, but sadly give up first blood. But then I call in chat that their summoners are down. Just a little heads up to the rest of the team. You know, their summoners are down, and such. Flashes and Ignite are both down, and I check CS really quick. And then, you know, I go in and I build. I start to build in this game. My build naturally is on Teemo is going to be boots, Wriggles into Frozen Mallet. That's what I would call core on him. But, you know, top lane, your build is the most dynamic out of all the other lanes. And what I mean by that is that your build is the, depends the most on what the opposing person builds. And you can see here, we have cutaway, and it cuts, and I am level 6 now. Just, you want to always put your first shroom in that bush, and I see Lee Sin on the minimap right there. I do get tagged by his Q and run to the tower. Both of them are going. Garen luckily does not get his silence off of me, but they do decide to dive, and I drop a shroom right there, slowing Lee Sin at tower range. I get the kill on Garen, and then Lee Sin, I ping to him that he's low, and our Twisted Fate sees that and comes into gank. Lee Sin does get his safeguard and runs away. But I decide that the best thing to buy, I think about buying a Vampiric Scepter, and then I see that I had seen earlier Garen has Boots of Swiftness, and I decided to buy Ninja Tabi. Normally I would like to get Merc Treads on Teemo, but Ninja Tabi was just the best for what they had. And, you know, I see Kinnan coming in here, so I insta-teleport. I do love teleport on Teemo, just because you can teleport the shrooms, and it's so useful. He does get the gold card off, and we get a kill on Lee Sin. Just auto-attacking that Kinnan, letting my Toxic Shock go as much as I can. And then going back to farming. And Garen does come in. Garen blows his flash to try to get this Twisted Fate, and I just auto-attack him, Twisted Fate, waiting for his pick-a-card to come up. He does flash, gets the stun on Garen, and we pick up the kill there. So great play by this TF, and you can just see Teemo just, you know, he may not do a lot of damage per hit, but it adds up. And then we have another little jump in time, and we see this is what you want to do on Teemo. The next footage is bad, but this is what you want to do on Teemo. You just want to kite away, stay out of their range, use move quick if you have to. You see I just proc it there, and I run after this Garen. Surprisingly, he does run back in right here, so I just engage him. He gets a little overzealous, and I go ahead and pick up the kill on Garen. So, what you want to do with Teemo, just kite away, use that movement speed that you have, and do everything you can. And then I throw a shroom out there. That's a great place for a shroom. Why? Because most people will know that Teemo is going to shroom the bush. So you just want to shroom that, and that way when they run around it, it'll be bad. It'll hit them. And this is bad on Teemo. You can see I have the health advantage, but I try to just duel him, and of course I get a sword to the face from the sky and die. So, good on Teemo, kite. Bad on Teemo, don't ever try to engage. Next we have just a little footage here. You can see with these shrooms I have ward coverage of the bushes. This Kinnan does get caught, and instead of engaging I see Lee Sin there. I don't want to get caught myself. I did not see Soraka coming up. You can see her on the minimap, but TF is going balls deep, ladies and gentlemen. He is going balls deep. But then I see Soraka's here, and I decide, alright, I'm going to come in. And at this point, I have a Ruby Crystal building my Phage. I get Phage before Giant's Belt when I'm building my Frozen Mallet. Just drop a shroom there, you never know. And then TF, continuing the theme of balls deep. I blow my flash to make sure I can get this Lee Sin. He procs his safeguard, and with the life steal, he is very difficult to kill. However, Twisted Fate does get the kill. Garen does come in though and get a double kill there, and I just run away. You know, I pop my move quick is down, so I cannot pop it, but I do drop a shroom there, and it does proc in time since it has been it did get buffed. The active time did get buffed by a second. As I mentioned earlier, it is a second. It's a second arm time instead of 2 seconds now, which is actually huge on Teemo. And then we're just going to have a little bit of footage of what you want to do mid-game on Teemo. Once the tower is gone, it is your job to shroom the living crap out of top and get sight everywhere you can on their side of the map. I dropped the ward at a kind of mad place right there, but I just wanted to make sure I drop a vision ward there because I wasn't sure what they needed to do. And the only thing perhaps that I did wrong, as I say in chat, not off site top, the only thing that I possibly do wrong is I should be running around with an Oracles on Teemo, sweeping for wards, just providing that added vision denial instead of vision granting. And you can see I put that shroom in the little nook of Baron as I go back and buy. I buy the reason for that shroom is so that the reason for that is so that if they are engaging on Baron, it doesn't proc immediately and we can have sight of everything. And then I go ahead and buy a Nashor's Tooth, or I start building that, because I think that is the best for the game. The enemy team is building a lot of armor, and just Nashor's Tooth with cooldown reduction, I feel it will be the best. But now you see I have Frozen Mallet, and this kitten just can't get away. He even uses his lightning brush, his lightning ball, but I don't care because I'm Teemo and I have Frozen Mallet. I drop a shroom in the bush and then come after this Lee Sin. He runs the other way, safeguards away, but I go ahead and attack. No biggie, no biggie. I have a ton of HP. He doesn't have HP. He actually runs into a shroom right there, misses a Q, and I just continue to harass. He does jump to Lulu, so I can't get to her in time. Excellent glitter lance by her to slow me down, and I just continue chasing, drop another shroom in the bush to continue to get that sight. And you can see from another shroom I have earlier, I have sighted this Lee Sin, forcing Lulu to blow her ultimate, and then we have Graves come here, Graves getting the kill up on both Lee Sin and Lulu, and you can see he's ignited getting so low, but Frozen Mallet and Blinding Dart just not letting him get close enough to Graves, and Graves does get the kill. Teemo, you want to be aggressive in lane, but then you want to give the kills to your AD carry, because they are, of course, the carry of the game. You can see I'm just going here, I am shrooming up their base, I see their red buffs up, so I want to drop a shroom here to have sight everywhere, and that does pay off in just a second. Excuse me, I'm having a little bit of sinus issues, but I just keep attacking this and then give it to Graves because he's having a great game, and you can see the shroom already paying off, getting the kill on Garen. And if you'll see on the minimap and in chat, both Jax and TF are both going for Baron. Should I be there? Absolutely. Why am I not there? Because I wanted to farm top, because I'm derp. And you can see I just run away and drop another shroom here and just continue to farm top. Teemo with Baron is exceptional because he does use AD and AP so effectively, especially with the AS of Nashor's Tooth. And then we have a little bit of cut in here to the final push of our team. Every lane did well, and again, this wasn't ranked, so I was very happy. TF getting a great gold card, just harassing like he can. I am hoping Lee Sin will jump because he's so far out of position, but he smartly does not. Or he would have been out of position had he get me. And then we just push with this minion wave. Graves comes up, gets a good buckshot off, does a lot of damage to Kennen, and we go ahead and take this tower down. And then what we have here is an excellent stun by Jax and the combo ult by Graves, and we just go ahead and we're so far ahead with Baron buff, we just beat that team. You can see in chat, Jax, I am just raving at him for the his stun, so awesome, which it really was. He stunned about 4 people, if I remember correctly, and we just go ahead and push the win. So this has been a bit abbreviated of a guide, but what did we learn for Teemo? The best thing to do with him, you kite around the laning phase, you do not want to engage, and then in team fights, it's your job to blind the AD carry. There wasn't that great of an opportunity here, but you want to blind their AD carry, shut down their team, and just proceed to win the game. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. And sorry guys, the end of the audio got corrupted. I'm not exactly sure how part of a file gets corrupted, but the end of it doesn't. I just want to say thank you all for watching. If you like the video, be sure to like, and if you like what you see, subscribe. I also shoutcast. Be sure to check those out on the channel. And you know, just tell me what you think. Tell me what I can do better for the other champions of the game, because I am going to make a guide for all of the champions. And this is just Xaxziminrax saying goodbye.